So what do you think your chances are? How are you feeling about the primary in general at this point?
It sounds insane. I think I would feel more comfortable in the general than in the primary.
I think it's because you can just really let everyone know how much better you are than your opponent, right?
Yeah.
And really be able to do that. Whereas it seems like nobody is doing that in the primary. And I understand why, because you're all part of the same party. But I think you saw my Facebook post. But at the same time, like, how do I decide? Because you all have the same talking points a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's, so how, if you're not going to tell me how you're different than the people I'm, like, how am I supposed to know? And then it's like,
I think to a certain extent, and this isn't a critique or anything, I know that Kansas Dems has been like, hey, let's, and I don't know if I agree with it yet, we'll see, but for the most part, hey, let's try to keep gloves on. I guess is the best way to summarize what they're talking about. And I get it, because they're trying, Kansas Dems is trying to flip a lot of seats at the House or at the state and federal level, and also because Kansas doesn't get national DNC support. Kansas is a political backwater for the DNC. So it's like they're trying to find, and I get it to a certain extent.
I'm saying, if we flip either Marshall or Estes seats, it's going to be crazy, and no one on the national level is paying any attention to it.
It's going to be a random out of left field wipe.
Yeah, it'll be a big deal to national news. They'll be like, what's happening in Kansas? But nobody's paying attention right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and right now, I know I think that with my disposition, my rule is, whether I want to or not, I converse with everybody. I'm not going to concede. My rule is converse, don't concede.
Yeah.
And so I always do that.
There's no personal attacks.
Yeah.
That's mainly what I want.
Yeah.
I don't think candidates should ever.
And everybody's been nice. All three other candidates in my race have been objectively nice to me in every conversation. So
it's not like trying to have you attack them personally, but I need to know why you are better suited to run it. First of all, I think the main thing in the primary is people are looking at who can beat Estes.
Yeah.
And then a lot of them just decide by who gets the most money. And so, they got the most money.
Decides that,
they can beat Estes, but I just can't vote that way. I cannot vote that way.
And stats have shown that doesn't work. 2017, 2020, 2022, 2024. All times have just been mostly, for the most part, a moderate Democrat trying to throw as much money into a situation when they don't have a lot of policy, to stand on or mobilize voters against Ron Estes, who will throw $1 million, and then if he feels scared, he'll pull the lever and throw an extra $1 million on top of it. And you can't out money him, but you can out organize and mobilize him.
Yeah.
He can't buy hundreds upon hundreds of door knockers. We can rally that because our bases tend to be more active and actually going the distance for that. So I'm blessed. I don't have a lot of money. I think I've fundraised about $7,000 so far.
Yeah.
But I have over 50 volunteers on a standby list.
Whoa.
So it's like I don't want to overuse them and use it. So it's like I'm waiting till like it's door knocking season, like 2 weeks before mail-in ballots start, and it's like, all right, mobilize the troops and everything. But it's like I know I have the ability to get people to go out to the door and get people.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
As somebody that's running a campaign,
only $7,000, but it's
who has 5, if we had 50, my goodness, that's a lot of volunteers.
Yeah, now granted, that I will say that 50 person list are people going to my website and doing the volunteer thing.
I know, and we have 3.
Okay, cool. Okay, I want to make sure because also I haven't
maybe after the primary.
Yeah, I haven't sat down with each individual one. Oh, how committed are you to this? But like, I have a standby list of 50 people who have.
That's just even
given
50
their
interest is pretty good.
Word,
I think. Do you have somebody organizing all that?
It's just me.
Just you.
I have a friend who also does social work, and he's my spiritual campaign manager.
If you need any help with just strictly the canvassing organization part, I'm not going to do the canvassing. You don't want me out there knocking on doors. No, I also get hot and sweaty, and this physically can't be, especially campaigning. But as far as that's part of what the big thing I've done for Caden is organize his canvas into priorities and looked at all the data in Vote Builder. So I'm like really familiar with Vote Builder and how to pull up all the data and look at things. And it's really not, now that it was a lot of work to do for Caden, but now, like I said, I have a process. Once I do it once or twice and I get a process, it's like beep, bop, boop. And I'd be happy to help.
That'd be awesome.
Through canvassing.
Yeah, I'm learning Vote Builder right now. I'm trying to figure out how to strategize. For the primary season, prioritizing knocking on Democratic doors. And then general election, just once resources get consolidated for general election, the Democratic Party just start going.
Yeah, we're going to start the Democrats, and then 40%, I don't know if you've looked at, this is one thing I looked up in Vote Builder, is 40% of his district is unaffiliated. So I don't know what your voter base, how much of them are unaffiliated. So it's like Democrats, then unaffiliated, and then he has people that are willing to call and talk to Republicans because they were Republicans or are Republicans, but they're supporting.
Yeah, and those people are worth their weight in gold.
So he has those that'll at least call those people, and he's going to knock on some doors himself here starting soon, and that's what I really think. The kind of campaign you're running, that's what it takes. A lot of shoe leather, a lot of talking, a lot of door knocking. Yeah. And so money doesn't matter.
Yeah. And I am blessed that my partner is helping me do all that. I know I am privileged and blessed while I'm not. I don't have 6 zeros in the bank. I know that I am endlessly blessed to be in a situation where I've talked to my partner, we talked through it a lot, did some double checkings, and I am able to just put the foot on the gas pedal and put 40, 50, 60 hours of my just elbow grease into the campaign.
Somebody should have hired you, and then you wouldn't have ran against Estes and taken out.
I want to see progressive policy.
So do I.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm tired.
If I hear make healthcare more affordable more time, I'm gonna flip a table.
More affordable.
Yeah, it's if I hear make healthcare more affordable, table's gonna get flipped.
It's so unaffordable that more affordable.
We did that. It was called the Affordable Health Care Act, and then we allowed, the same way we allowed Confederacy to continue to exist 150 years ago, we allowed insurance companies to exist after that, and then over a decade, they lobbied the ACA to death. It's we can't do that again.
Pharmacy lobbyists and insurance lobbyists wrote parts of the ACA.
Exactly.
So they've been in on it.
Even then, it's like they didn't like it, and they still got their way.
That's why it makes me mad when people call it Obamacare, right?
Yeah.
It's because I'm like, that's not what he proposed.
I will never call it Obamacare because it's like I'm not gonna polarize it for people.
Also, the ACA is not what he proposed.
Yeah.
The ACA is what was done to it once it made it through the chambers.
After it got
that is not
Obamacare.
Pushed
on the floor and kicked a couple
that
times.
Is not Obamacare. Yeah. And then they allowed the states to do like Kansas and just leave federal money on the table and leave us uninsured. And they really cut the legs right off of Obamacare. And so that it makes me so mad when they say Obamacare. I was like, if it was Obamacare, I'd have health insurance right now. What are you talking about? I was there.
Yeah, we can't. If we're gonna do another big health insurance push for the well-being of Americans, like it has to just be something that puts them out of business because they cannot be allowed to continue to exist and lobby their position back, because that's what they're going to do, and that's what they did with the ACA was already not that hard on them, and they still lobbied their position back against it. And so, first, everybody could see it coming, but first time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. It's like we can't just do affordable healthcare again. It has to just be the actual.
I'm saying if to be more affordable doesn't already have to be affordable.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's not affordable. So
you
exactly. You would have. Yeah. You can't make something more of something it's not.